Hello and welcome to another episode of Light of Knowledge. Like all times, we are here to talk about things that we know and to understand how well we know about these things. Sometimes we have theoretical knowledge of what things are, how things run, but when it comes to practical applications, most of us face challenges. Most of us see that there is a difference between theory and the practical. So, in this episode, we'll talk about a few of these things as well. In today's episode, we have Dr. Inga from Russia. So let us welcome to the show. Dr. Inga, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Dr. Inga, when we look at money, sometimes we think that money is necessary because without money, life does not run. At the same time, sometimes we see that money is the part of the problem. So some people do not have money, some people have money. Some people have problem because they do not have it. Some people have problems because they have money. Sometimes excess money itself is becoming the problem. So what is your take on it? When we understand that money is necessary, when does it become a problem?
Nothing is a problem but our attitude to it.
Yeah.
So money is just a tool.
Mm-hmm. So
if you know how to use this tool, so you use it properly. If you don't know, it just doesn't work in your hands. How to use, then we can turn this question is how to use it wisely, right? So, people think that when they possess something, they somehow must have had understanding what to do with that. Not necessarily. It's like, for example, you've been raised in some conditions, but you have no idea how to create those conditions. It's for example, I call it a holiday life. So you come into a holiday, you've paid for that, so you've even selected a sea view. But you have no idea how to create it from zero. So you haven't built this hotel, so you don't know how to attract investments. You don't know how to manage all these things. So you just make a call and you have a room service, but it's not the reality. Holidays finish. So they last only for a week or two. So and then comes the reality. And to manage something, you need knowledge.
yes.
That's why we're here for, just to enlighten a little bit all these things. So don't expect any, direct answer. So because again, I don't give the answer. So, but I just turn the things and show different perspectives. So people start thinking about that. So if you need to do something properly, so you should go and study that. It's, for example, no one will ever think that if I have a car, but I haven't learned how to drive it, so I have the right to drive it, just to get in and start driving just because I possess it.
It doesn't work.
It just doesn't work. And thank you, we've been protected by the law. So you just can't do that. So, but not so many, many things, we think that they just come automatically. So, it's essential. You have a job and you get paid and suddenly your salary increases or decreases and it's just life. No, it's not life. So every situation has something behind. So behind the curtain. So, and it's better to know, we call them risks. So it's better to know, to be aware of the risks, especially financial risks. And they may not even happen, and it's good. But if you're aware about them, so you can, when you are inside the situation, so you will immediately find a solution. So, for example, like crisis. So people think that crisis come unexpectedly. No, So they come every, like 5 or 10 years. So it depends just on your country or on the world cycle. So if you're aware of that, so you get prepared. So you can't avoid that. And you wouldn't fall down, emotionally. So you get prepared, that, okay, so crisis comes, okay, so.
So it is there.
Yeah.
When you look at the financial aspects of it, there are some people who are poor, some people who are rich, and most of us are in between that, where people want to get rich. This is something that we see it as a common understanding. Whether children going to college, especially university kids, why are you doing this? Because I want to make money. The understanding behind making money is, why do we want money? How important is it? Because now we see that as if the whole world is running around money. That is why we also call them economies, because world economy or the country's economy. So everything is about money. Everybody wants to make money. So is there something wrong about it, or is there a different way of seeing it?
No, there's nothing wrong. So we all need to eat something and to live somewhere. But again, our perception, our attitude to that. So are you greedy to that? So, and it just follows your mind, and you lose yourself. You become like Uncle Scrooge. Would you like to be like that? Okay, you can fight or maybe saying that I'm against money. No, I'm against rushing for something.
Yes.
So because management is just taking things wisely. So, for example, if you're lacking of something, same about at home, when you're lack of sugar, so go and buy it, but don't buy, like 200 kilos. Why do you need a supply? But if, for example, something is going on, like in summer or in autumn, we make jam. So, and you need, like a supply of sugar, okay? So do it for purpose. So the idea is money not for money, but for the purpose. So if you have this purpose, so money will just come. So money just follows, actually, the idea. Money follows your dream.
So when you talk about these things, I understand that we have a purpose for life. If I want to become a doctor, or an engineer, or a lawyer, or anyone for that matter, if I want to do something with my life, if there is a job that I would want to, or a business that I would want to run, so I'm studying for it, and probably I would want to make money out of it, because I have a dream, I have a purpose. But sometimes nowadays we hear these terms of wealth management, financial management, asset management, and stuff like that. And everywhere we hear these things, that you must manage your finances very well, you must invest in things. So something which was not very heard of in the past 10 or 15 years have become a common notions today, so that everybody wants to invest money. Why are you investing? They say because for a future, for a better future. So how do people invest money in these things? What are the things that people think? Most of the times people do not understand that how much should we be investing? What is the amount that we must invest? Where must we invest? So these are questions that come up, and we just leave it to money managers to do it. So is this okay?
Let me ask, another question and turn it from a different perspective. Is the world safe?
It's a difficult question to answer.
Yes, because people, look at the smallest things like financial investments. So they think that if they invest in something, they will secure it. So, yeah. But this place where they're investing, so is it stable in the perspective of the whole world? So, for example, looking at the history of my country, so even the country collapsed, and
Yes.
people lost everything what they've earned and what they've invested. So it's you can't predict.
Yes.
You
There's
can't.
an unpredictability.
Yes,
about
so
it.
you can't foresight. Nobody can guarantee your stability. So it's better to have something now and to enjoy it than to have nothing tomorrow, just because the whole system, the whole world, was broken. There's a very nice cartoon, Hollywood cartoon, about, I think it's called Christmas Story.
Mhm.
So it's about 150 years old. I mean, the story by Charles Dickens. Yes,
Yes.
it's Christmas Story about Charles
Yeah.
Dickens. And there was this banker
Yeah.
who just saved all this money, but he himself lived in so much poverty that this poverty became his way of life. And his way of thinking became so much economical and redundant. There was no joy and enjoyment. And all his life was just invested into making more money and not getting anything for himself. So, what was the end? So he was dying, and all his life was shown in front of his eyes, and only after that he understood that, okay, so he's dying rich, but hasn't tried, and he actually doesn't know how to be rich.
So he is dying rich, but he has lived poor.
Yes, it's like to see or to be.
Yeah.
So, because people actually tend to look at their investment, so
Yeah.
they can't use it. So it's like their future, but what if it doesn't come?
This is precisely my point. When you're talking about this story, about the Christmas past, Christmas present, and the ghosts of the Christmas, when these things happen, when we look at these things, many of us do not have an opportunity to stop, pause, and look back at life. What have you really enjoyed? Even if we take that break, even if we take that pause to look back, we often think about how much have I earned, what have I gained, what is the property that I've made, how famous I am, or maybe how many people do I know, how many connections or contacts or influences do I have. So these are investments, and these are the things that I've gained is what people look at. So when you were talking about this story, what I wanted to ask was, we want things for ourselves, for a better future, but you said that, is the world safe? Are our investments safe? In the sake of making more money, securing our future, we often forget about the present. We forget about enjoying the things that are available to us. So this is what is happening, because many people say that this is the age to make money, especially to the youngsters. People say, you're young, you can work hard, earn more money, because later you can enjoy life. So this is what is being taught. So if that is true, then probably it is a nice idea. Make hay while the sun shines.
So again, let me ask you a question. If it's true, and for example, it's advisable to work hard when we're young, and sweet future is guaranteed when we're old, so are your parents happy? I mean, for the youngsters who want to work hard. So look at your parents. If they follow this idea, so did they get a success? Were they successful in that? No, I think they're still struggling. Otherwise, you don't have to make so much money, because you will just inherit them.
Anyways, they're working hard for you.
Yeah. So, and working hard when you're young, when you're middle-aged, when you're old, so it's still working hard. So, and where's life? Because it's also, well, to be a workaholic, it's a kind of substitution, kind of addiction. So what is profitable? An idea, a purpose. When you have a purpose, so then everything comes together very smoothly. There's no tension.
True.
You don't have to, push yourself saying these words like hard, or I have to, or must, or I should. No, it doesn't mean that you don't work, but you turn your job into your hobby. And it becomes very, very playful. And actually, there's a nice saying, when you let you have a job which you will not work for a minute. So you will just enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Yes, you will just enjoy it. And that's it. So if you enjoy it, you wouldn't be concentrating on the salary.
Yeah.
Because it's you can't compare it. Your heart involvement, your passion. So how can you value it with money? No, nobody in the world, not even single person, will satisfy your passion investment. Your soul investment with money. And if you want to take a satisfaction from whether the payment have been fair to you, you would always fail, always, because there's not such amount of money in this world which can substitute your flow of interest.
Yes. That is something that needs
you
to be
can't
thought
weigh
about.
it at all. So, and if you start weighing it, so you're saying like, here's my payment and this is what I've done, so it never goes right. So you just do it because you have a message to the world. If you know that, so this payment comes or another, you just take it, for granted.
Yes.
Because you're on the way, you're on the other way, so you don't work for that, you work for something different.
So it is not just for the financial gains, but it is something that you must enjoy, you must find a purpose to, through your job or through your business or whatever that you are doing in your life.
Yeah, something very, very deep inside. So ask yourself, why are you doing this job? Even it's routine. But be honest with yourself. So why you get involved with not interesting or, for example, routine? So it is you who spends this time every day and energy. So why should you clean this space? Just ask yourself. So, for example, you can't start cooking unless you clean all the dishes.
Yeah.
Okay, so so maybe you have to clean the space. Maybe you must prepare some space in your life for something new. Maybe you haven't, you haven't done it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You also said that making money is not bad. Yes, and you said that if you have that goal, if you have a purpose to it, if you have better understanding, if you could enjoy your job, then probably you're not working for a day. You love doing it. Making money is important. People are investing, making investments. So I have a very simple question that many people would ask is, you must make money, but you must not run behind too much of it. But the question is, how much is too much?
Everybody has this internal answer. It's inside yourself. Somebody draws pictures. Somebody drives a car. Somebody teaches. So, making money is a job. If it's not your job, so then you don't have to concentrate on that. So you have to concentrate on your target. So, for example, if you're a teacher, So your job is to bring the light of knowledge. So your job is not to make money. Money just follows. But if you, for example, need more, and again, set up the purposes. So, for example, you need to upgrade your textbooks, or you need to go to some new study, for example. So, and this idea will push you, not money for money, but just earning money to fulfill another step of your life. So making you more productive, for example, and efficient. And you just try that, it's not difficult. So just to set up a goal and watch how all the circumstances will be just attracted to you. You will be like a magnet to all those people, to all those circumstances, to all those news. So, and finally, it will happen somehow by itself. And you will just manage it. So, but for that you need time, patience, and intelligence, general intelligence, not just financial, but and be very, very attentive. So, you know, like watching, grabbing all the opportunities around, because we never know what circumstances or what people surround us. So, it can be just an important meeting in a lift.
It could be. Yeah, why not? It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
I was reading one line that when you miss an opportunity, do not cry. Because when you cry, you cannot see. Because there is water in your eyes, and an opportunity is missed because you could not see at that time. So just by having this attention of being attentive to things, about not running around things but being focused, about being attentive, observing things, makes it more easier. So money is important, but how much is too much is something for you to decide. That you must not miss out on important things in life. You must enjoy what you already have. And if you enjoy doing that, then probably the things that have to come will come. If you enjoy your job, like you said, if you are a teacher, do your job. Your job is to spread the light of knowledge, and money will come behind you. So it is a very powerful message, I think, and all of us can benefit from it. And we could just start loving our jobs, or probably choose something that we love to do. Thank you, Dr. Inga, for coming on the show, and you have given very beautiful insights to our audiences today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Friends, that was Dr. Inga talking on the light of knowledge on how much is too much, and what about money? Is it important? If it is important, how much is that we must give its importance to? Life as we know it is very special, and we must not let go of it for any of the reasons. Money will come and go, and if we enjoy what we are doing, then probably we will attract good things in our life. That's all on today's Light of Knowledge. We'll see you again. Till then, take care.